welcome to today's video. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to be playing around with the new NABLA Cutie palettes. Now, I've never played around with NABLA cosmetics before. They've always intrigued me as a brand. I've always wanted to buy something. I feel like I've always needed that sort of discount code or something to make me take the leap of faith. They actually do have 5 Cutie palettes in total now. They have Cutie palette 1, which is like the nude. They have Cutie palette 2, which is the coral. I might have got them the wrong way around, but it's a nude one and a coral one, and they've always kind of piqued my interest. They've always been saved to my basket, and they've never quite got any form of discount on them before, so I was kind of like, oh well, I'll just keep waiting, you know, maybe one year, Black Friday, they'll have 10% off on them. I'm not desperate for them, but I kind of want them and I wanted to try them. Now, NABLA recently released 3 more Cutie palettes. They released the Platinum palette, the Wild Berry and the Metropolitan. These were immediately discounted at 15% off on Beauty Bay at £18.25 a piece. It is quite expensive. They're £6 palettes, so I think £18.25 for a £6 palette is quite pricey, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I thought I'd just take the plunge, buy all 3. Why not? It's almost like I've been waiting for a discount code on NABLA, and the first 3 brand new things that have come to stock were immediately discounted, so I was like, yoink, that's for me, thank you very much. Like I said, I paid £18.25 for them. They are usually £21.50. For some reason, the first 2, the Cutie 1 and Cutie 2, are £21 on Beauty Bay, but these are £21.50. I don't know why. So don't ask me, because I don't know. So I'm going to be doing a video per palette so that you guys can sort of see a full look with each palette, and I can swatch it and you can kind of get a full appreciation for each palette and give its own moment, rather than trying to cram all 3 palettes in one video and not really seeing the full va-va-voom of each palette, you know? Let's go for it. I think I'm going to go into Cutie palette 4, which is the Metropolitan palette. It does say #4, and some part of me kind of wants to do it in order of 3, 4, 5, but where's the fun in that? Sometimes we need to take risks. I think this packaging is really quite funky. So you've got a statue, this like facial statue, I don't know, kind of Greek statue, like looking up to the corner, and then you've got all this graffiti going around the outside, and the same is on the back. I just think it's a really funky sort of palette. It's very small, it's the size of my hand, as you can see. It's like this, yeah, about the size of my hand. And then inside we have the 6 shadows. You also get a very generous mirror. There we go, I'm trying not to blind you. You get a very generous mirror. So if I'm gonna compare that to kind of my face, you can kind of see your whole face in it. This is the size of the mirror I usually use. It's like the grubbiest, cheapest mirror on planet Earth, but I love it because I can just hold it in my hand and I don't have to manhandle a massive sort of mirror. This mirror here is what I usually use to do all of my makeup literally every day. I love it because I can just literally hold it in my hands, I can wash it. It's just like a cheap mirror. It literally had a front to it and it broke years ago, but oh well. So this is the size of mirror I usually use for my entire face, and this size of mirror is kind of, I'm trying not to blind you here, but it's kind of half the size of what I use usually, so it's actually quite a decent mirror. I could probably do my whole face in this in a pinch. I do personally like to be able to see my entire face in one mirror, but this is a decent size mirror and I can easily do my eye makeup in this. For such a small palette, I really, really like it. I love the packaging, like I said. It's really sleek. It's probably not as thin as it could be, but it is quite nice and thin, to be honest. Like, you could easily travel with these, and it's quite weighty, not in a overly weighty way, but in just like a nice luxurious way, you know? It also comes with a little plastic slip to protect the shadows as well, and these are the shadows inside. I think they're really cool. So inside we've got the top row, which is Lord, Alaska and Nothing Personal. So this is a deep matte brown. This is kind of like a shimmery white with a reflect. I think it's a pink reflect, I'm not too sure. And then we've got the matte pink, which is Nothing Personal, really, really beautiful coral. And then we've got these beautiful metallics down here. So we've got, what is this? Love Resin, Anomalia, I have no idea, and Distortion. Those are like really wordy words, I don't know why. So we've only got 2 mattes in this palette and loads of metallics, but I feel like for such a small palette it doesn't matter. I feel like you probably get some really interesting looks from this. I'm going to swatch all of these shades on my arm just to show you. Should I do a live swatch? Maybe I can do a live swatch. Yeah, let's do a live swatch. Bear with. So the first shade I'm going to go into is the shade Lord. Oh my goodness, it feels so buttery and so creamy. Right, okay, here we go. Live swatches. Oh my god, that was one swatch. Did you see that? I'm just gonna, there we go, just sort of pat it out a little bit. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is a really attractive angle of me right now, but As you can tell, I'm a totally professional YouTuber. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. I'm then going to go into the shade Alaska, which is this beautiful white. It does look like a pink reflect, I think. And then one swipe. Oh, okay, that's pretty. It's like a topper shade. Really, really pretty. It's kind of got like a silvery pink reflect. Really pretty though. I really, really like that. Let's do another little coat just so you can see it a little bit even more. I'm getting shadow everywhere. I'm a professional swatcher, you guys. My goodness. Live swatches not working out for me, is it? That's actually really pretty. I feel like the camera's not picking up truly, but it's really, really reflective and it's really sparkly. I really like that. The next shade is Nothing Personal, which is this beautiful pink coral. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so ready for this. So this is Nothing Personal. Oh my god. NABLA's mattes. If that performs as lovely as it looks on the eye, I am buzzing. That is so pigmented. The next shadow is Love Resin, this one here, which is this kind of a burgundy brown, very soft metallic. You could almost say it's like a satin. And then one swatch. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's quite pretty actually. Oh my goodness, you can see like my hairline. I'm really sorry if I have any dandruff because that would be gross. But that's like a really beautiful burgundy satin, but I'd say it's kind of like a soft metallic satin colour. Really, really like that. That's really pretty. And then I have Anomalia. I'm not too sure if that's anomaly. I don't know how to say that. But it's this gold glittery shade. This one feels much different to the Love Resin. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. If that looks how it looks like on my finger, we're in for a winner. Okay, you ready? Oh my god, that's absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. And then finally we have this one here called Disillusion or Dissolution. It's not Disillusion because that's got an S in it, so it's like Dissolution. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm going to be completely honest. This one here is actually the one I'm kind of most excited about because it looks really, really wearable. Like I feel like this would be so wearable. Oh, it's going to be so wearable. Right, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, I'm really sorry because my swatches are actually horrific, but how beautiful. I'm going to bring you in a tad closer and then we're going to do a look with this beautiful and very odd palette. Hello and welcome to my face. I've got creasy concealer all over my lid, so I'm just going to literally blend it out with nothing on my foundation brush just so that we don't get a crease of concealer there. And I honestly think I'm going to be really brave. I say brave, like I'm so brave. It's makeup. But I'm going to be really brave and go into Nothing Personal as my first shade because I think I just want that all over my lid. I think we just need a bit of this vibrant pink everywhere. I'm kind of semi-nervous, semi-excited. Okay. Oh my god. It's full of pigment. I don't know if these work better on a set base, like as in set concealer, or like a tacky base. Like currently my eyelids are slightly tacky. I mean, oh god, I've got glitter on it. Where did that come from? Brilliant. I've been sitting here for maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes since I did like my base makeup. By the way, my base makeup will be just down in the description bar below if you want to know what's on my face. But yeah, I don't know if these work better with a set eyelid or a tacky one like I've got right now, but we'll find out. I'm just going to take another brush with literally nothing on it to blend it out. Since we've got no other pinks or anything like that to blend this bright colour, I'm just taking nothing on this brush because I'm trying to use what's already on my eyelid to blend out the edges and just give it a really nice faded look. I don't know how blended that's looking like on camera, but actually it's looking pretty blended to me in real life, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to take the same brush and same shadow and just drag it under the eyes as well. Create this like smoky look. What brush is this? This is a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. Really been loving this brush at the moment. Okay, cool. That's kind of looking blended to me. Hopefully it's looking as blended on camera, but I really can't blend it any more than that. Well, I could, but I don't really need to because it's looking pretty soft in real life. Cool. I'm going to go into the shade Lord, this chocolatey deep matte brown. It's so pigmented, I might die. And I'm going to do kind of like a halo eye with this. So I'm going to tap it on the outside of my eye, just like that. And we'll tap it on the inside as well. I'm taking that brush that I just sort of blended with the pink, nothing else is on this, and I'm just going to do exactly the same and blend those edges just so it's not so stark. With the same brush that I've been using the chocolatey brown with, I'm just going to go into Nothing Personal, the pink shade, just a touch, and just kind of mash it in where the edges are to kind of blend the two together. I mean, blending a brown and a pink isn't going to be as easy as blending two shades of the same colour together, but I'm trying to do my best. Okay, that's kind of cute. I'm going to do exactly the same on my left eye now. I think it's kind of taking place. I'm then going to go in with a little flat shader brush, I think. Yeah, a little flat shader brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here, Dissolution, I think it's called. This one right here, because I think I want to put this like right in the centre. So I'm going to go into Dissolution with a little flat brush. We will try it dry to start off with, but I have a feeling these are going to be a little bit better wet. And I'm going to go on the edges of where I put that brown. Yeah, okay, so they're pretty. They're really pretty. And when they're not wet or with a finger, I feel like these are going to be a beautiful sheer topper shade almost. But guess what? I don't want sheer and cute. I want kabam on my face. I want to just go get a setting spray. Oh god, yeah, that is so much better. It just goes on like silkier and just with a bit more impact. Okay, so it's looking a bit messy now, but it's fine because we'll make it work. And then I'm going to go into Anomalia. And I'm going to take that on my ring finger. Oh my god, this is so pretty. And then tap that in the centre. Oh my sweet baby god, that is so, so pretty. I've just cleaned off my finger. I'm going to go back in the same finger into Dissolution and just kind of do the same thing and just kind of press either side of that gold. Just kind of blend it in a little bit more. I'm not taking too much, just want to blend it in so it's not so like stripes. Then I'm taking an itty bitty little blending brush and I'm going to go back into Lord, this shade right here, and kind of just circular motions kind of bring all of this together. So again, it looks less like racing stripes across my eye. What I like about this brush is you can get really into the crease and all the bristles kind of like squeeze all together, and then you can really fan out in the outer corners and inner corners. It's one of my favourite sort of styled brushes. One thing I will say is the glittery, like the more glittery intense shades do have a slight bit of fallout. To be honest, that doesn't bother me too much, but it's just something to note if that bothers you. And it's kind of like the glitter's kind of spread all over the lid slightly, but again I think that kind of really meshes it all together so it doesn't really bother me. But again, it's just if it bothers you, that's something to note. I'm going to take the shade Alaska, this shade right here. This is the white with the pink reflect, and I'm going to use it as my inner corner highlight. Hopefully it looks pretty. Oh yeah, it looks pretty. And then just because it's the only shade we haven't used in this palette and I feel like it'd be good to use all 6, I'm going to go into this shade right here, Love Resin, which is like our satin burgundy sort of shade. And I'm going to kind of run this really tight to the lower lash line. We have got some of that Nothing Personal, like the bright pink there, but I thought we'd just tuck in this Love Resin just here to kind of intensify the lash line a bit more. I feel like you probably look at that and say, what have you actually done? But I feel like it's added some like real depth to the lower lash line where this looks just a tiny bit unfinished. So I actually really like that on the lower lash line. Okay, so that is the final look that I've come up with. I'm going to put some lashes, mascara and a lip on, and I will zoom out and give you my final thoughts. And that is it. That is the final look using the NABLA Metropolitan palette. I absolutely love this palette. I think it's really unique, and I wouldn't have grabbed these shadows before to put on my eyes as a combination. Like I would have just probably been a bit scared to apply these as a combination, but I really love the look that's come out with this. It's really something I wouldn't have normally applied to my eyes. It's a tiny bit messy, and I think given a shade that's similar to my skin tone, but really I could just use a bronzer if I'm going to be completely honest. That's a thought food for thought. Next time I kind of use this palette, I think if I was to use this and take it travelling, I would just use a bronzer just to kind of fluff through the crease and kind of give a bit of definition to my eye before I start going in, because it was a little bit difficult to blend out these two mattes, not because they weren't lovely mattes, they were gorgeous mattes. My problem is that they're quite bold colours, so to try and blend them in to one another is quite difficult. To try and blend in a brown, like a really deep chocolatey brown with a really bright coral pink was a little bit challenging. It tested me a little bit, but I feel like it's actually done all right, but it just took a while. I had to use sort of clean brushes just to kind of really blend them into one another, but that's fine. You know, it's all part of using different makeup. You can't use the same makeup every time, it'll get stagnant. But I really like this look that I've got on. I really like this palette. I feel like the palette actually, when I opened it up, I thought, how does this reflect the packaging at all? That's kind of what I secretly thought, guys, okay? It has some purples on it and some pinks, and I was like, how does this reflect the packaging? But I feel like my eyes genuinely do kind of give off the vibe of the packaging, and that's pretty awesome that I've managed to use every single shade on my eyes and it matches the packaging, whereas inside it doesn't look like it would. I really like this palette. I think it's really cool. I love the formula. I've got to say, I wasn't expecting the formula to be as good as it was. Does it warrant it being £21 for 6 shadows? I don't know. If I'm going to be completely honest, I think it is still quite expensive. For 6 shadows, £21, I think it's a little bit up there. However, if you see a combination or like a palette that really screams your name, I think that you won't be disappointed with the quality. I'd say the quality of the shadows are really nice, and I've really enjoyed playing around with them. They were slightly, when I say crumbly, I don't mean this in a bad way. Like, some of the shimmers, in fact all of them really, are pressed so loosely. So when you put them over your lids with your finger, it looks gorgeous. However, it does create a tiny bit of fallout. I mean, you can't see fallout terribly around my eyes, and I've got a pretty dark look on, so I don't think it's terrible. I just think if you've got cream products like I've got on my face now, I haven't set my face at all, I feel like you just got to be cautious of that. Maybe do your eyes and then do your base makeup. I recommend that anyway, you know, aside from NABLA palettes. But yeah, I mean, I've got no more to say about it really. I've just really enjoyed this palette, and it's actually making me look forward to playing around with these ones even more. When I finally get these palettes up, I will link them in the eye so that you can watch those other two if you'd like. I have no idea which one I'm going to do next, but I'm really excited to play around with these palettes now that I know that I like this one. I've been put out of my comfort zone, and I really love the look that I've achieved with this palette. I think it's really good. It's really good quality, and I'm really happy that I've purchased them, and I'll definitely be picking up more NABLA palettes now that I know of the quality and now that I know I enjoy them. So yeah, I'm really happy. Give this video a good old thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's video, and if you've enjoyed this NABLA palette experience, if you've enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up, okay? That's what you gotta do before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already, and ring my bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. I upload every single week, and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Stay safe. I love you. Talk to me down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.